case study here is, it is a state where prohibition is in force, and you're recently appointed as the SP of a district. Notorious for illicit distillation of liquor. Illicit leads to deaths, unreported, underreported, and major problems. Second paragraph is, the approach till now had been to view it as a law and order problem and tackle it accordingly. Raid, arrest, police cases, criminal trial, etc. The case study is recognizing that these things have a limited impact. The problem remains as serious as ever. Your inspection shows that parts of the district where the distillation flourishes are economically, industrially, and educationally backward. Agriculture is badly affected by poor irrigation facilities. Frequent clashes among communities, that means, peace is also a problem because violence is an issue. Peace is not there because violence is a crime and violence is there. No major initiative had taken place in the past either from the government side or from the social organizations to improve the lot of the people. Which new approach will you adopt to bring the problem under control? When I read this particular issue, I was just reminded of the case study of Chhattisgarh, when Naxalites are there. And police there is taking innovative approaches, like they are interacting with the children, they're providing them additional money for the girls' marriage, etc. Such kind of a very direct emotional connection the police is trying to develop with the people of the rural areas of Chhattisgarh, so that they do not divert themselves into Naxalite activities. And this, I felt that this was a situation, such kind of an innovative approach was asked. And since it's also given, which new approach will you adopt? So before mentioning about the new approach, what I did was, I first recognized the older approach. Whatever is given in the question, everything is given here that it's a law and order problem and this and that. I recognize the older approach, that how the older approach is going to have a very limited impact. In the first paragraph, I recognized the older approach, and then I moved on to recognizing, after this, I moved on to recognizing how the particular district has a specific socio-economic situation. How it has a socio-economic position that, it is backward in different multiple dimensions, and that might be, fueling these illicit distillation of liquor, illicit distillation of liquor. And then I moved on to a newer approach. I tried to, divide this newer approach into two parts. One approach which I as a police officer, as an SP of that district would take place, myself, and the second approach where I will be taking help of, and I would be coordinating with the civil administration, the district magistrate of that place, the SDM and the ADMs of that place, and how I then would be able to coordinate with them and bring about some changes. In the first part, where SP himself or herself is taking the action, then I said that, one thing that could be done is that here a direct kind of interaction, that distance between the police could be bridged, talking to the women of that particular area. I was just reminded of the case study where in Delhi itself, police are taking this initiative to provide skills and training to the youth and especially the criminals. So I felt that, anybody who's just caught in illicit liquor, what if the SP takes this initiative, forms a separate room there, asks some teachers, some from some NGOs to come in and provide these people who are out on bail or who are maybe inside also, but who would be very soon, who would be free from imprisonment. They should be given appropriate training in the police station itself. Within a particular room, some infrastructure could be created and they could be provided this kind of help. And second part of the answer, I focused on how I would be coordinating with the civil administration, arranging a meeting with the district magistrate, discussing with him that, we need a holistic solution for this issue, holistic situation, and explaining to him that it's getting really difficult to handle the situation as only a law and order problem, and we need civil administration to coordinate accordingly. Holistic approach. When I concluded this answer, I concluded it saying that, you cannot just be treating a particular issue as an issue in itself. Every issue has some or the other connections, and if you really want to go to the root of the problem, and if you really want to remove that problem from the society forever, then you will have to go to the root of the problem, and you cannot just be taking those sleeping pills, or you cannot just be taking painkillers. You have to go to the cure of the issue, and for curing the particular issue you have to go to the root of the problem, and take a multidimensional perspective.